love can really stink. Even when you love somebody, like you're like, dang it. Marcus says all the time, I hate that I love you. So he might listen to these songs on a daily basis. I don't know.
What is up, everybody? Hey, we're back. As far as a live show goes, if you're listening to the recorded version, then we never went anywhere. We've always been here. But if you've been waiting for the live feed, yes, we took a week off, but we're back. We're here. We're happy. We're excited. We're back. It feels like we were just talking about how like it feels like 1,000 years goes by. We take 1 week off from the live show, and it's like feels like months have gone by.
I know it's not like we're not talking in between those shows either. I mean, we're doing plenty of talking. It's just we really love this, and I feel like a little rusty.
I know. It happens, right? We like lose our superpowers for a little bit. And we have to like regain them. Like, you know, it's like you got to recharge a little bit.
You need the Care Bear charge thing.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's exactly what we need. Well, I want to welcome everybody right now who's checking out the live version of the show. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, as always, please feel free to drop comments as we go, or harass us, or ask questions, or cheer us on, or let us know your thoughts about what we're talking about today. Of course, if you are checking out the audio version of this or watching the replay, we welcome you as well. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and spending just a little bit of your valuable time with Amanda and I as we swap 3 songs with each other, as we do every single week. This week, we've got an interesting... I like this. So this is why being part of a community is big, because we have our Facebook community, the Song Swap Showdown VIP backstage group, Facebook group, which is completely free, by the way, to join. So if you dig the show and you want to be part of our community, just use the link in our notes and you can be part of the community. We urge you to do it. However, we do ask people from time to time, hey, what kind of show would you like to hear? What would you like to hear us do? Because Amanda and we have a notebook.
Notebook.
An old school notebook of show ideas. And we do those and we go through them and we keep track. However, we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what our loving community wants to hear. And Mark Roddick dropped one this week. And I loved it. It resonated with me. So I'm gonna throw it over to Amanda to let you all know what today's theme is, courtesy of Mark Roddick's feedback.
Absolutely. And incidentally, he is checking in this morning with us saying good morning. Good morning to you, Mark. And we hope you enjoy this episode of 80s breakup songs. Cheers to that.
Woo, breakup songs.
Yes. And I sent Chris a message. I was like, do we just want to do overall breakup songs? And then as I started analyzing all of the songs that I could choose from, I'm like, nope, we need to break this down by decade.
Yes.
Because there's just so many amazing songs. So there'll be a 90s version, early 2000s, maybe 70s. Oh, but today is all about the 80s and breakup songs.
100%. I love it. And you know what? And you were right. You are right. Because every decade has their like set of songs, like, and you can think back like the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all classic breakup songs. But the 80s have, for you and I, they have a very special place in our hearts.
They do.
The 80s being like a lot of our formidable child years growing up. Our youth was spent in the 80s. I feel like there was just a lot of good music produced in the 80s. So
there was. And when you go break down the decades of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, like in the breakup songs, like you said, there's always breakup songs that will forever live. But the edge and the voice within them, the tone of the song is so different. And so I feel like 80s is that transition where it's getting a little edgy.
Right.
a little in your face,
A little
but
in your
still
face.
respectful. Where I mean, some of these recent breakout songs are just calling people out, like basically by name.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah. Like they're
so
like they're going right for it. Like,
yeah, so
you
I
know,
think 80s is that pivotal
yeah,
like decade of I'm still gonna
yeah.
keep a little bit of non-disclosure going
Right.
on.
I mean, I would say if we bring it into modern times, I would say Taylor Swift right now
I
is the
first of
queen of
mine.
breakup songs. Like she literally, I really feel like she literally dates guys so that way she can get inspiration for her next big hit.
Content is king. Content is king.
Good on her. Good on her for changing misery into gold. So
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. So thanks again, Mark Ronick, for your suggestion. We've been having a blast planning this show
yes.
and I'm excited to jump into our songs.
Absolutely. And if this is your first time listening to the show and you don't know how the format works or how we do things, I mean, you can tell from the title, the show is called Song Swap Showdown. So that's exactly what we do. Amanda and I swap 3 songs with each other each and every week. And specifically, they are songs we don't think the other has heard before. And that's a key part of the criteria that goes into this, is not thinking, is wondering which of the songs you haven't heard before. So that way it's sort of a new discovery, a new journey for each other. And then we rate those songs at an ever complicated scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a complete dumpster fire and 5 records being the heavenly music to our ears.
Pretty.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So now I will say to date, we've been doing this show for three seasons. No one's ever gotten a 1 record yet.
No.
They've gotten 2, but we've never gotten a 1.
And I will say,
I know there's songs I could give you that would be a 1, but
right. we like to do those for, our review videos of the videos,
right.
music video reaction videos. Those are what we hold those for. And I would say, since we've been doing the show, our reactions or our ratings, I feel like have been more generous, because I think both of our genres of listening to music and being open-minded have grown.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we started out with more 2s, and it's hard pressed to do a 2 these days.
Yeah, if you go back and listen to the first season of the show, when Amanda and I are first starting this show out, there's definitely a lot more not liking this and not liking that. Now we've gotten a little bit more generous over time. We've begun to learn to listen to music a little bit differently, a little bit more objectively, but still sometimes, a certain song is deserving of a 2. Let's just face it. It's just some music just gets the 2, or some song gets the 2.
Season 2's Uptown Girl controversy still lives on.
It's real.
And for those who didn't see that episode, go take a peek. Chris gave Uptown Girl by Billy Joel a 2, and our community was not happy.
They were not happy. They were not happy. Just like I didn't know the other song that we just did recently on our 80s wedding songs. Was it 80s wedding songs, or just top wedding songs? I didn't know that didn't know much with Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt. Even my wife was like, she came home that day and she goes, "Wait, you don't know this song? Like, how is that possible?" And I go, "I just don't remember it. It just didn't make an impression on me. I don't know."
When Chris's wife Rachel got on our thread on Instagram about that on the reel, I was like, "You get him, Rachel."
Oh, she got me.
As she should have. And I think, to be fair, the community accepts me not knowing certain things.
Right.
There's a big allowance for Amanda. As wide as my screen, and there's like a sliver of this pencil for Chris. So I feel bad. I think you get the butt of the stick there, just because they just have you on a different pedestal. Like, here's Chris, here's Amanda.
I guess. I mean, I think any chance anybody can to get a dig on me is generally pretty good. Then.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare.
Sorry, I'm happy to concede that I just did not register with that. That song didn't register with me.
And you'll never not hear it and go, "Remember that time I didn't know this song?"
Yeah. Now, yeah. Every time it comes on, I'll be like, "Wait a second, this is that song." That song.
That song.
That song.
Given by that girl.
Yes, by that girl. All right, everyone. Well, let's dive into this because we've got a really good playlists put together for each other today. I think we did a really good job of putting together some good tunes. And I will say, with your list in particular, only one out of the 3 songs had I ever heard before. Like, I hadn't heard the other 2 tunes that you gave me, which I thought was cool because I was like, good, I'm happy. I am very happy when Amanda sends me songs that I don't know. That really makes my day. So, 1 song I had heard, 2 I hadn't heard. So I'm excited to dive into those. So, Amanda, out of my songs that I shared with you, had you ever heard them before?
No, and I wrote that on my notes to talk about that. This was a list in recent times. We've because we've been doing themes, it's sometimes hard to find the songs we haven't heard before. But I have not heard truly these songs. Now, your first song to me, I have reference to because of a particular movie.
Oh, okay.
So I had been exposed to it, but didn't really realize and connect the dots there. So I want to say, I can't really say I knew the song because I didn't. I know of the song.
You knew of it.
Movie. Yes.
Gotcha. And that was the one song, my first song to you was the one song that I thought, I don't know, this is kind of on the cusp. I think Amanda could know this song. I think she'll know exactly who the artist is. But I'm not sure if she's familiar with this song in particular. So it was a little bit on the cusp.
So let's start with your first song to me because we've got Dave, one of our number one fans and a supporter of our
VIP.
show. Dave, yes, he is a VIP. Coming in with Love Stinks is a blast. And you know what? You're not wrong because that was Chris's first song to me by J Geils.
J Geils.
Oh, J Geils?
Yeah, J Geils Band.
I just can't speak English. Never lived anywhere else in my life. And
J Geils Band.
J Geils Band. Well, that shouldn't surprise anyone that I can't say that. But and I'll still say it wrong. Don't you think I won't? So Love Stinks. And I know it from The Wedding Singer.
Right.
Which with Adam Sandler.
Loved when they put that in that movie though, because that was perfect. I'm like, the perfect song for that movie.
Very much so. So that is how I had exposure to it after I connected the dots. And so it's, I don't know that I'm going to rate any, spoiler alert, I don't know that I can rate any of these songs terribly today. Just because I think the messages and the lines in these songs are so ridiculously fun. And from can you just imagine sitting there with your paper or your napkin? Yeah, I have a napkin just sitting right here.
Right.
Just going, I have a perfect song. Love Stinks.
Yeah.
And there we go. And it becomes a song. And half the lyrics are love stinks. And people feel that because even, Mark Ronick coming in with, wait, you didn't know love stinks? Well, yes and no. There was a yes and no there because
to say, Mark, are you shocked? Like,
listen, I was in the 80s. I was still I was 10 and under. So I definitely remember 80s, but I wasn't necessarily in a ton of relationships where these would have been breakup songs for me in the version of it being a breakup song.
I mean, this was released in 1980. You were a baby.
I was a literal baby.
A baby Amanda.
Yeah, baby Amanda. And so I didn't, although I did have a boyfriend in kindergarten.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he realized he was my boyfriend.
Very advanced. Very advanced.
I was like, you will be my boyfriend. And you're going to hold my hand during skating. And he did.
I see a trend here that started at a very early age. Chris, you're doing a podcast with me, and this is what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Okay, sure. If you say so.
I also told Marcus, what are we going to do? We going to get married here or what?
There is a trend.
I told Chris, hey, you want to do this podcast with me? No, you are doing this podcast with me.
It wasn't really a choice. It was asking just to sort of have an asking tone, but I don't think it was ever really a choice.
Just to have a record that you had been asked.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm Miss Bossy Pants here.
Asked in a bossy kind of a way.
Oh, wow. When we put it that way, wow, this is the perfect song to start on now.
Yeah.
So, all right. We've established Amanda is a bossy person. She didn't have any breakups in the 80s, but she did have boyfriends at
She
the
did have
young age of a
boyfriends.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
I have seen the movie The Wedding Singer, which showed me this song. And okay, so here we go.
All right.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Was this a popular song
So
prior to The Wedding Singer?
I will say that it was one of these songs that, all right, so basically J Geils, so this charted number 38 in the United States when it was released. So it was a top 50 song. MTV did play it
Okay.
quite a bit. And so their next record after this was the one that really put them on, like Freeze Frame, which, oh yeah, see Dave Manley. Yeah, Amanda, you probably
And
know
you're absolutely
Centerfold
right.
and Freeze Frame. So, and that next record was the one that really blew them up. And MTV
Gotcha.
played the heck out of those videos.
Okay.
So Love Stinks was a video that was played in early MTV for sure. And that's where I remember seeing it because, you know, being let's see. So yeah, when MTV came out, I would have been, I would have been 6-7 years old. Or actually, yeah. So when was did MTV come out in the 80s, 1980? I
It
can't
had
remember
to.
when
Let me
MTV was
see.
actually with
I'll Google while you're
MTV, or
talking.
82 or something, or 81. I can't actually remember when MTV actually came on, but I was really young, but I watched all these
81.
yeah, so all these videos, because they were like, you know, we got to have something to play. They played a lot of these early videos, and
Sure.
Love Stinks was one of the ones that I remember being in like early rotation all the time on MTV until like they released Freeze Frame and all those records came out. So I would say that it was a top 50 song, so it wasn't like as big as Centerfold or Freeze Frame, but it was definitely played like on like rock radio back in the day for sure. And I always loved the song. I always thought it was great. And I love J Geils. I always just thought their videos were hilarious and they just always seemed like a fun band. And even if you go back, like, and this is what I really love about J Geils Band is like, if you listen to stuff like Freeze Frame and Love Stinks and all that, like they were a straight up R&B band. Like they are 100% like rhythm and blues, like really, really good, like soul, like rock. You got to check out their early stuff. I think you would actually really dig early J Geils stuff. It's really, really fun stuff to listen to. But anyway, Love Stinks. It was a great song. I've always loved it. And anytime I go to a bar and there's a cover band playing and they whip out Love Stinks, I'm always like, you are now my favorite band. I love that you played in this song.
That is fantastic. Okay, so when I'm doing my ratings on these songs, Chris, this is what was going through my head. I was going, okay, I'm not just rating it as a typical song you would have thrown me. Right? I'm rating this, if I was going through a breakup, would this be on my playlist?
And I think that's a great criteria because that's the thing, right? When we go through breakups, and we've been through breakups, like, you know, you're in that, like, there's stages, right, of the breakup. Yeah. There's the depression. There's like, so let's just put it this way. If you've been dumped, right? If you're the one on the end of being broken up with the dumped, there's the depression,
the dumper and the dumpy.
Right. And then there's the initial, like, then there's the anger.
Yeah.
How could you do this to me? Moved on with like, I'm so glad we're not together anymore. I've moved on. I've found a new, apple in my eye, whatever that phrase is. Yeah. Now, if you're the dumper, chances are you're just kind of like, you did it for a reason, right? For whatever that reason was. And you moved on. So I think there's different levels of like songs you are going to be listening to depending on what side you are. So I would say for these songs, because they're breakup songs, more than likely as the person who's been dumped, this is where a lot of these songs I think are going to come onto play.
Well, and I think as a dumper, a dumper in the past, there, sometimes you got to dump somebody because they just ain't good for you no more, or they did something really stupid, right?
So, yeah, and like, sometimes it just run its course. Yeah, like you're just like, hey,
it's really relative.
We had fun for a while, and now it's not fun anymore.
Yeah,
it's over.
It's not you, it's me.
Right? It's not you, it's me.
So I think if I were a dumpy in this situation, and I'm feeling this song. Love Stinks. I just feel like the aggression of being able to say love stinks, like, because love does really stink. most of the time.
It really does. I will agree with you. I mean, it has its moments.
It does. It does. But I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer here, but love can really stink. Even when you love somebody, like you're like, dang it. Marcus says all the time, I hate that I love you. So he might listen to these songs on a daily basis. I don't know.
You don't know what his ride is like. I mean, he could be cranking Love Stinks. Love Stinks.
I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work because Amanda, I love her, but love stinks. Mark Roddick coming in with love stinks most of the time with some question marks there. Like do you agree or disagree? Oh, Amanda, he's definitely disagreeing with that.
I hate to love you. Is that what he says?
Yeah, I hate that I love you.
I hate that I love you.
That makes a difference somehow, right?
Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. That's going to be another episode where we're going to have to unpack that a little bit.
Over 20 years.
So I don't know. He might listen to Love Stinks.
Probably does. I'm gonna have to look at his Spotify.
You may have to look. Marcus, let me see your phone.
Where does Love Stinks rank on your playlist here, honey? Okay.
If it comes out at the end of the year when it's a Spotify most ranked, then you're like, It says top 5 most listened to songs.
Oh my gosh. This show is turning into something way beyond 80s breakup songs. But
yes.
Anytime we talk about love is subjective.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. So to your rating, Chris.
Okay. So how do you rate Love Stinks? I
think if I were a dumpy or even a dumper in this song, I'm going to give this a solid 4 because I think when you're really going love stinks, like I think people can feel that. People can feel that. People do stupid things for love.
Yeah.
People do good things for love, but love stinks.
It's true. It's true. Oh man, I love it. Sorry, so 4 records for Love Stinks. So it checks the boxes. It's a good song if you're like been dumped.
Absolutely.
Or you're doing the dumping. It can work both ways.
I think so.
It's got dual meanings.
4 records.
4 records. Well, I'll take that 4 records.
I'm
so
glad.
It's good. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Oh, Amanda.
I feel like the episode could be done and people would be satisfied at this point.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you okay?
I'm composed.
You take a breath. Yeah. All right. So your song to me, your first song to me this week is the one of the 3 songs that I did know. Once again, another song that was played extensively on MTV in the 80s for sure. If you remember, if you're a child of the 80s or you watched MTV back in the day, this song was on all the time. So this is Against All Odds. Take a Look at Me Now, in parentheses, by Phil Collins. Now, Phil Collins and Genesis, just Phil Collins.
Which
we don't want to confuse it.
This is true. This is true.
But this was actually, so this song, and I remember this being like on MTV all the time because the music, and this song was written, I guess it was pretty much written for this movie Against All Odds. So just to frame it up about the movie, and then we'll get to the song. So Against All Odds was a film that was released in 1984, and it's a neo-noir romantic thriller directed by Taylor Hackford and starring Rachel Ward, Jeff Bridges, and James Woods alongside Jane Greer, Alex Karras, Richard Widmark, and Dorian Harewood. It's a remake of the film Out of the Past, released in 1974. It was a film in which Greer played the femme fatale. This film's plot about an aging American football star who was hired by a mobster to kill his girlfriend. So that is Against All Odds. So if you guys are wondering, yeah.
I mean,
ironic, Amanda. Does any of this sound familiar to you at all, Amanda?
I don't. I'll have the right to remain silent.
I don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
So the film soundtrack though for this film was nominated for a Grammy Award, and it featured songs by Big Country, Kid Creole and the Coconuts, Stevie Nicks, and Genesis breakout stars Mike Rutherford, Peter Gabriel, and Phil Collins. Right, and Phil Collins was the one who performed and sang the film's title song, Against All Odds, which was nominated for Academy Award as Best Original Song and a Golden Globe as Best Original Song, as well as a Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Performance by a Male.
Look at that.
Listen, that is Against All Odds, man. And I know the song. I didn't even know all those things. Like, I was like, wow, man, this song really had a lot of accolades. So now Phil Collins had released a soul album in 1984, which charted #1 in the United States and #2 in the UK, called Face Value. And I think everybody, well, I should say everybody, but I think most people,
a lot of people
our age, know this record really well and know a lot of the songs on Face Value. However, this is a song that didn't make it on there. So he basically, he said he recalled, this is obviously coming from songfacts.com. Phil Collins recalled the Mojo magazine in 2015, Against All Odds was written in the same misery that the rest of Face Value came from. But I wasn't drawn to it initially. I didn't like it as much as You Know What I Mean, and I thought there was only room for one of those on the album. I don't know what would have happened to it if Taylor Hackford hadn't gotten in touch with me. This was the first of 7 U.S. solo #1 hits for Phil Collins and charted in the 80s. He was still charting with Genesis at the time as well, including the #1 song Invisible Touch. Basically, he did win in 1984 the Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance, and it was nominated, as I said, for Best Original Song in the Oscar. It lost to, here's the song it lost to, I Just Called to Say I Love You. That's the song. That's the song that he lost to. But he did wind up winning an Oscar in 1999 for You'll Be in My Heart from the film that he wrote for Tarzan.
That was such a good movie. And I think I chose that song when we were doing Disney.
Yeah.
I think that was one on my list, or it almost made my list.
I think it almost made your list when we did the Disney song. It was close. Yeah, it was very close. It was very close. So it's funny too. So he said Collins had about 10 million good reasons to adapt the song for the film. Reflecting on the decision in 2016, he told Rolling Stone magazine, this is great. It's like, yeah, who's saying no to this? It was basically like saying, here's $10 million. Would you want it? I had already written lyrics before I saw the film. When I think about the movie, the first thing that comes to mind is the size of Rachel Ward's breasts. I thought they were fantastic, and I like Jeff Bridges too. This was like his quote.
I think that's a lot of men. I don't want to stereotype, but he said probably what a lot of men thought. That's funny.
Phil Collins for you. Grammy Award winner, Oscar Award winner. There he goes. So it's just funny. So here's a song he had written for the record, didn't put it on, and boom. Winds up releasing it for this film and making out. So I actually saw Phil Collins live ages ago.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Here's a story time. So talking about breakup songs. Mm-hmm. So back when I was in college, so this was before my wife currently, I was dating a woman, and she was big into Phil Collins, and I like Genesis, and I like Face Value. I think Face Value is a great solo record, and there's been some Phil Collins stuff. After that, it kind of got for me very mediocre. But anyway, Phil Collins was playing at the Meadowlands. I bought his tickets, and we wound up after like 2 years of going out, we wound up breaking up, and so I was stuck with these tickets. And I wound up, my friend Tony, his wife, huge Phil Collins fan. So I wound up taking her to the show. But that was a little bittersweet because that was supposed to be like this whole like, oh, I'm taking you to Phil Collins, like surprise thing. And then, we broke up. So
like our Tonys,
yes,
Okay.
actually, yes, that's correct. Yeah, Tony Forkboy, his wife. I wound up taking her to the show because she was a really big Phil Collins fan. So we had a great time. We had a blast,
Oh,
but
sure.
it was a little bittersweet. So speaking of breakup songs,
so this one had a different
yeah.
feeling to you.
It certainly did,
Okay.
because I remember, going to the show and he did the song and all that.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's a
Oh,
thing. It's a thing.
this was
So
wow, this was
yeah.
an intentional choice here. Interesting.
Yes, yes. So Against All Odds, take a look at me now. Where do I rank it on breakup songs? Definitely a good breakup tune. Good heartbroken song.
Yeah.
I think Phil Collins, the way he sings this song is pretty like, take a look at me. Like he gets like really into it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I would go with this. This would also be a 4 record breakup song for me. It definitely makes the grade. I don't think it's the best song Phil Collins has ever written, even though it went to number 1 and all those. I mean, from an accolade standpoint, okay, it might be, but for me personally, I think it's up there. It's a very good breakup song. But I'm going to give it a 4 record. Maybe actually I may even bump it. Maybe a 4.2.
Okay. I like that.
I think about even more so. But yes, there is an emotional connection to a real world emotional connection to this song.
So, like, I feel like your Love Stinks first song is kind of like in the beginning phases, like love stinks. Like there's like,
Right.
you
Like,
hate it, you
I
blah, blah,
agree.
blah. Where are you putting this on the spectrum of stages of the grief of a breakup?
Yeah, so take a look at me now, or Against All Odds. I would say that for me, this probably fits a little bit more into the I'm dealing with it. Like I'm depressed, but I'm not so depressed, but like I'm still like going through like I see a picture or I pick up a note or I see something that was given and it's like, oh, and then you
Or at a concert in which you bought tickets for her.
Or a concert for which you bought tickets for her as a surprise. And then,
All right.
Yeah. I think it's a little like it plays on that side of the heartstrings, that side of the breakup meter.
I like it. Okay. All right. I think that's fair. I receive you 4.2. It is. It is. All right.
Yeah.
Your next song to me. Actually, before we stop into, we should first thank our sponsor.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, look at me just enjoying this where there is business to be done too. Sorry, Chris. I'm just jumping into number 2.
That's okay. Sponsor time. Yes, we absolutely want to thank our friends at campsite.bio for sponsoring our show, because they have been a sponsor now for, I gotta say, I don't know, more than 6 months at this point.
Absolutely.
Oh, good. You got them.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
They even sent us shirts, you guys.
They did send us shirts, which was so super nice of them. And we're so appreciative of that because, I don't know, we love campsite.bio, man. They are great. They've been great to work with. They've been an awesome sponsor of this show. But even more so, they have a great product, right? We really love it. And we talk about this all the time. And Amanda, you're actually in real estate.
Yes.
Right? But let's talk about the real estate of that one line, that one spot that you're given, as a TikTok viral star.
Oh, thank you.
Let's talk about the importance of that one line that you get rewarded for being a TikTok viral star and how important that is.
Listen, that was one of the biggest things I was so excited about. When I could actually put my link there, I was thrilled. And then I had one viral video, but I'll talk about this until I'm dead. But I was like, Chris, how do I strategize my campsite.bio link? Like, where should we be?
Yeah.
When I have the Chris and Amanda show, what link should I link to the link? And we thought YouTube would be best. So it was really fun that we could strategically utilize the real estate we had, throw the campsite.bio there, and really define what links you wanted to have where when you open it up. And it's so user-friendly. So the Chris and Amanda Show YouTube channel is the very first thing that people see when they click it to open. And I mean, it's just so fun to have that power because they would not be able to go there if I didn't have something like the campsite.bio link to take them there. So I just love it. It's such a amazing tool and it works.
It really does. And, their level of customization, branding, data, analytics, is really great. And like, listen, I know there's a lot of products out there in the marketplace that
Yeah.
that let you put your all your links in one spot, but you know what? Campsite.bio, they're just great people. Their customer service is awesome. And I really love the way it integrates the fact that Amanda said you could put your YouTube in there and boom, you could actually watch your YouTube feed right from there. Your podcast feeds, you could listen to shows right from there. But even beyond just being a content creator, you can, if you're a marketing manager, if you're a small business owner, this is a great tool. You can link people to your store. So you can actually convert your followers into actual paid customers. And that's all we're ever trying to do, right? Always the topic of conversation is how do we convert followers into customers? Well, it starts with using a tool like campsite.bio. So put all your links in one place, keep it all organized, track your traffic, get your data and analytics. And by the way, you could do it for free, right? So there is a free version of this that I urge you all to go out right now, try it for free, see if you like it. And then if you do like it, and you want to sign up for the pro plan, which gives you even more access to data and analytics, unless you go deeper, more customization, more branding tools, there is a coupon code. There is a code in our show notes right now that you can copy, paste, put into your checkout and get $10 off right now on your campsite.bio pro plan. So listen, campsite.bio, we love it. You just heard Amanda talk about it. We use it. I use it for the show. I use it for multiple businesses. I use it for my personal use. Amanda's using it for her and her businesses, her clients. Join over 200,000 creators and agencies and brands already on campsite.bio. Stay in control of your branding to create a bio link that matches you. The possibilities are endless with their profile. Customization tools convert more followers into customers. Download campsite.bio today for free. Give it a try. And then when you're ready, sign up for that pro plan. Use the coupon code in our show notes. Use that in checkout. $10 off. Bim, bam, boom.
Woo!
Boom,
Nailed
boom.
it. Nailed it. 5 records all day long.
5 records. We give campsite.bio 5 records.
Which is one thing. I know we're long-winded when we talk about our sponsors, but we just really, really appreciate them.
Yeah,
and
we do.
We will never, ever, ever have a sponsor that we don't rate as 5 records. So we do not take that sponsorship lightly. So thank you. Thank you to our listeners for listening to us. And go check out campsite.bio.
Absolutely. And if you are interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, just email us over at info@songswapshowdown.com.
The rates are so affordable. You'll be like, is that a typo?
That is true.
Let's be real.
let's be real. Let's be real. All right.
Right.
So back to our regularly scheduled show.
All right. Now I'm going to move on to your second song to me. Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away.
I love this song
By
so
Motley
much.
Crue. Like, Motley Crue has been in our show several times, about as often, I think, as like my Dolly obsession or, all the other people that I love on my list all the time.
By the way, I will say that when we put it up in the Facebook group, which, by the way, once again, if you're listening to this and you want to join our Facebook group, it is free. Join now. But we did put this up. What are your favorite breakup songs? And I think this was on the list like at least like 3, 4, 5 times. It kept coming up over and over again after I'd already made my list to you, by the way. So
and
goes to show the power of the song.
Yeah. And to no surprise, none of my songs were on the suggestions.
I wasn't surprised. Just to be clear.
At all. Just to be clear.
Yeah, but that's good. But that's a good thing.
It is, I guess. So this is a really, really, really fun song. I love the title. I think Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away is so clever. I think it gets you into exactly what you're going to hear. Mm-hmm. The tone and tune. Actually, so let's go to Chris said to me, well, I'm going to send you like hair raising metal stuff. And I was like, all right.
I'm going to send you hard rock and hair metal.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That was exactly how you said it. And I was like, all right. And so either I have become numb to hair metal because I'm like, I don't know that this list is really like hair raising.
Yeah, it's not hair raising, but it's hair metal. Like, I don't even like the term hair metal, but it's kind of become like a thing now. Like,
So I was expecting like my reaction to when my ears originally hurt when I was listening to some of your music you sent me. Like my ears didn't hurt this round at all. So I was like,
I don't know how your ears could hurt with this. I mean, it's a great song.
it is a great song, and the lyrics are just so clever. Let me see if I screenshotted them. I just gotta read, unless you have them pulled up like right away.
Oh, let's see. Oh,
Let me see. Okay.
I have the song. All right,
yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, girls don't go away mad, just go away. Don't go away mad, just go away. Like they say it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll get
30 times.
Oh yeah. That's alright. Let's turn the page. Love it. The best.
Women can argue this with me, but I don't know a woman who would say, boy, don't go away mad, just go away. Like we go, no, you go away mad. And you think about what you did. We want you mad, and we want you to think, and we want you to remember us for eternity. So
yeah,
it's a little different of a perspective than what my mind would think, because I'd be like, I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
Right.
And the song is like, no, don't go away, just get out of my face.
Yeah. It's literally, I mean, and if taken from the words are so Nikki Sixx, who's bass player in Motley Crue, really. It's honestly, at the end of the day, it's Nikki Sixx's band. He writes all the lyrics, everything. But it's great because it is a breakup song, 100%. And basically the song is explaining how they've had some good times together, but they've grown apart, and now he wants his freedom. And it sounds like he's being sensitive and letting her down easy, but then he tells her, girl, don't go away. Girl, don't go away, bad girl, just go away.
Poof be gone.
Yeah. Motley Crue bass player Nikki Sixx wrote the song with the band's guitarist Mick Mars. The title likely came from a line of dialogue in the 1986 movie Heartbreak Ridge, where a soldier in the Marines refuses to provide any information to a sergeant, dismissing him with the line, "Don't go away mad, just go away." Sixx acknowledged that he got the line from the movie, but couldn't remember which one. When he heard it, he thought it was a great idea for a song. So this was charted number 19 on the charts and was released in 1989 off of the classic Motley Crue record, Dr. Feelgood.
I enjoyed it. It is fun. Obviously, I hadn't heard it before. And I feel like you can hear the fun that they're having when they're singing it.
When they play this, and I've seen Motley Crue so many times live, and I was in LA for like their last for their farewell, for their finale shows of all time. And even though they're kind of back again, but I just can't. Anyway, I literally wait the whole concert. Like, I love Motley Crue, but when they play the song, I absolutely love it. I go nuts, and the whole crowd goes crazy. It's a really good song. It's just really fun to sing out loud. Everybody wants to sing that, that line. And, it's like, this is a good release song, right? So when we put this into the realm of breakups, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's that giant, like, last release of like, boom, I'm free. I'm moving on with my life. Chapter
closed.
Exactly. That's how this song feels to me.
And it has that fun to it, that like breath of fresh air kind of feeling, like, okay, I'm moving on.
Right. That's it. Yeah. Chapter closed.
I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to give this one, I think I equally enjoyed it as much as Love Stinks, just in a different way. I think I appreciated this one a little bit more than the Love Stinks, because I feel like I relate to this one a little bit more. So I'm going to land at 4 records on this one too.
Okay. Very good.
Which I think is not bad.
It's not bad. So you're 4 records on this.
I'm
this
4
is good.
records
So
on this.
2 4-record picks.
2 4 records. 2 4 records. And I think it being the theme of 80s breakup, or just breakup in general, really allows us to like anchor into these songs and like center us as to a time that we went through this. And I think that's why maybe our ratings may just be a little bit more generous this episode.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, some of these songs may or may not have been on my mixtapes. I'm just saying.
So this is perfect. So 4
Absolutely
records.
Perfect. Yes. No, very good. I accept your 4 records with an open heart.
We are happy. Everyone buckle up. We've got 3 more songs to go.
We got 3 more songs to go.
And we're almost an hour deep. So sorry this one's long, but we're having fun. So get a cup of
having
coffee
fun. Yeah.
and enjoy.
And for those of you watching the live feed, let us know what breakup songs have we missed, or what are some of your favorite breakup songs to listen to. We want to know. So let us know. Or if you're listening to the repeat of this, that's fine. Let us know too. Send us an email. Go into our Facebook group. Find that post, which is pretty much in there, and just throw it on there. Let us know what some of your favorite breakup songs are. So, all right, your next song to me is I Hope You're Never Happy by Dolly Parton. And boy, I wonder what this song is about.
This is such a good song.
Which is great, because the thing is with Dolly Parton, what I love is that Dolly Parton has a way of like, her voice is like sugar. It's like, it literally is like candy.
Yes.
And then when she writes an angry song, it's hard to like take it kind of seriously, because her voice is just so sweet. But when she's like got some venom to spit, she spits it, but it still sounds sugar coated. So it's like,
so true.
It's great. It's great. I hadn't ever heard this song before. I Hope You're Never Happy by Dolly Parton. This was released actually in 1985. And then it was actually covered, which I didn't hear the cover version, which I kind of want to hear what the cover version's like, by Gloria H. in the Big Pharma. Is covered in March of 2020. So
I have not heard that one either.
I hadn't heard it. Yeah, I like I said, I hadn't heard this version, and I definitely did not hear the cover. But just FYI, there's a cover version of the song out there. So I Hope You're Never Happy. So I actually never hearing this song before, and I always say I like Dolly Parton. I think she's just really amazing, but I just always find it, to me, very funny when she does like a breakup song or an angry song, and it just still sounds sweet. It's just great. But there are some good lyrics to this song, man. I gotta play a little bit.
Beginning ones are just like,
it's just pure. Like, it actually sounds like a happy song.
Satisfaction in love and true happiness.
This is normal Dolly.
Normal Dolly.
I wish you blue skies and rainbows.
You're like, oh,
I wish you joy, pure and sweet.
it's a happy song.
I wish you all
So beautiful.
that you wish
So
for,
great.
but only if you're with me.
There it is.
there it is.
I hope you're never happy with anybody but me.
Oh, now I feel like this is a song that you would literally send to the person that dumped you,
Or to
as
your current,
like, this is how I currently feel. Enjoy.
or your current husband who you love very much, just as a warning, like, listen, I don't want you to ever be happy unless you're with me. And then
Now,
you just warn them.
Has that happened? Has this been
Not
sent as a warning shot?
No, I've sung it. And
I'm just gonna sing a song to you right now. It's something I've been working on for a while.
it's a love song, Marcus.
It's a love song. I just want you to know.
The famous line in our house is, he could probably do just about anything. And I would say, go to bed and we'll start again in the morning. Like, getting rid of me is not an option. Are you feeling his pain?
Getting rid of me is not an option. I will haunt you.
Yeah, like, there's no option, and there's no scenario that this works out anything differently. So go to bed and we'll try again in the morning.
You know what though? I think that's honestly, I mean, I think that's fine to do, because it's like, hey, listen, marriages are hard work, man. Like, it's hard work, and not everything is sunshine and rainbows.
No, it's not. And I think more people who explain that, maybe more people will stay married, because they'll realize this is just a hard time. It'll get better.
It will get better. Sometimes it's hard to see that in the moment, and sometimes it maybe takes days, weeks, maybe a couple months, but
yeah,
it eventually gets through it.
Or you have a wife that says, Marcus, smile. You're fine.
Exactly. You're fine. So Oh my gosh. So yes, I feel like this was a warning shot.
Shots fired.
Shot across somebody's bow. I just want to remind you
It's a good reminder song
that
indeed.
I hope you're never happy.
This is a good pre-breakup song. Like, be warned.
It is. It is a good. I think it's a good pre-breakup song, but it's also good that like maybe you're trying to, I don't know, send a message that I really don't like you. I'm really angry with you, and now that you broke up with me, and I just want you to know how I feel.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
This is I made this. I put this on a tape and I left it at your door and I ran away.
Or get a singogram.
Singogram.
I think that's what they're called.
Or request on a radio station.
Yes.
This song's going out to.
Because back in the day, you used to do things like that.
You could do that. And yeah, you definitely did those requests. And, breakup songs were like, this is going out to Amanda Sharp. This is I Hope You're Never Happy by Dolly Parton.
Since you were actually like that radio DJ type of person, can you please do a reel on that?
I was almost a college DJ. It wasn't like a real.
Yeah, but you know how to do the voice and everything. This one's going out to.
This one's going out to Amanda Sharp. This is I Hope You're Never Happy by Dolly Parton. Oof. You really upset somebody.
Exactly. Wow, we're really unpacking a lot of this episode. We're having too much fun for a Monday morning.
Yeah. There's a song I have to send you at some point. It's not even current, but it is an angry song. That
you need to listen to angry.
If you got this song, if someone ever sent you this song on a mixtape or anything, you're like, oh my gosh, it's over. I'll have to play it for you at some point. It's not this song. Well, this song's pretty close to it though.
This one's just so sweet. Like this is so packaged up beautifully.
Yeah, it is. It's and like I said, it's done in that Dolly style. It's like doon doon doon. Dude, and you're like, oh, she's so happy. She's singing about rainbows, and it's just like, and I hope you're never happy unless you're with me. It's like, what? And she drops the mic on that. So it's good. It's a good song. I like it. I hadn't heard it before. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 record right now. It's a 3.5. Yeah, I don't know if I would just go and put this on, but I do. The thing is, though, is it's like sometimes you do, and I give these songs these ratings, and then I start hearing them, like, and I'm like, I know this song, I kind of like this song, and then it kind of raises, it goes up in value for me. The stock raises.
Absolutely, it's a jingle. It's a jingle.
It is a jingle. It's got that jingle for sure. Dave Manley checking in. A good breakup song from the '90s is Jimmy Dale Gilmore's "Headed for a Fall." Ooh. I don't think I'd ever heard that.
Me either. I'm gonna write that down.
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
Lovely. So I take your rating. I think that's fair. I think this is just super fun, and that's my approach at life. Like, I'm not going to get super angry, but I'm going to nicely tell you I want you miserable.
Very passive aggressive.
Only one person out of this relationship can be happy. It's gonna be.
I feel like this is I feel like that's a post-it note. Like, just a reminder.
On our mirror in our bathroom.
Reminder. I hope you're never happy. And then another one, unless you're with me.
Men across America, or globally, really, because we have a lot of listeners outside
globally.
Of the States.
Yes, we do.
Thank God Marcus has her. Marcus says you're welcome. Oh, thank you for that.
Oh man,
Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I give it 3.5 records. Fun. It is a fun. It's venom packed in fun.
All right. So your third song to me.
Oh, yeah.
Used to Love Her by Guns N' Roses. All right. This song captivated me. Like you wouldn't believe. And
there's a lot of stories behind this song.
Yeah, I felt this. I felt the stories. And so I had to Google, like, I needed to know more to this story because I knew listening to it, there were stories that were going to be told. And the first one thing is, it's about a dog.
So that is the I don't know. So here's the thing: is I don't know if it is. It's been rumored to have been about his dog, with the story that he loved the pooch so much, but he had to put it to sleep, and then he buried her in the backyard.
It's so
That
sad.
is a rumored story. Now it's never been confirmed, nor has it been denied. There's also other reports of this song, being because it was also because the song was um also written. Um, the one thing that's been said over and over again is that the song was written as a joke. Like that's the one thing that seems to be across the board. But whether or
Well,
not it's about the dog or no, Izzy Stradlin, who was in the band at the time, also said he was sitting around listening to a radio and some guy was whining about a broad who was treating him bad. I wanted to take the radio and smash it against the wall. Such self-pity. What a wimp. So we rewrote the same song we heard with a better ending.
so I think like these are all stories that you have to have in place if you're going to write a song about killing somebody.
I
like
think so too.
like I
I
feel
agree
like
with that.
all right, this is the perfect song, but what's our story about what it really means? So when
Yeah.
we get investigated, we go, oh no, it's about my poor dog Susie, like or something like that. Not really. There could be a dead body behind the oak tree.
Yeah. I personally like the dog story just
I do
because it
too.
is like one of those things where I used to love her, but
I had to
you
put her
had to
down.
you had to put him down because
Yeah,
that's just it. And but it could also have been influenced by other things. So it's a very tongue-in-cheek song and it is a lot of fun to
it
sing.
is. So some of the lyrics are I used to love her, but I had to kill her. Let's see. I had to put her 6 feet under, and I can still hear her
I
complain.
can still hear her complain.
That is brilliant. Any person who's been
Yeah.
in a relationship with a woman, there you go. Um,
And you'd
I
never heard this song before.
no, and I just died.
Wow.
I just am in love with this song. I can't say I'm not. I knew I'd miss her so much, so I had to keep her. She's buried right in my backyard. If that is not like love,
That is
that's like
love.
when Marcus is saying, I hate that I love you. Like that's
Right.
the ultimate what he's trying to say here in these lyrics.
So if Marcus performed some kind of true crime
Mhm.
on you,
I'm close.
right, he would bury you 6 feet under, right in the backyard, but he can still hear you complain.
Absolutely. And it will forever ring in his brain.
Right.
Forever.
And you would haunt him. See, that is haunting him.
Exactly. And so what I find even more interesting about this song is after you hear these lyrics and you know these lyrics, this isn't necessarily something you should be listening to if you're going to do said crime that you just referenced. And this has been a part of not one, but two
Yeah.
murder trials where men have killed their wives.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Unfortunately.
download this song and listen to it over and over an hour before you commit killing your wife.
I mean, if you really want to try to get away with it,
That doesn't make sense.
not that we're advocating murder.
No,
or that you should.
no.
But
Full disclosure, we're not.
But if you found yourself in a situation where you did it, one of the things that you should do so you don't get caught, other than leave evidence everywhere, is listen to this song on repeat before performing your heinous act.
Okay, and so I just put this into perspective in my brain. So when I get hooked on a song, it's because I'm going through a season. Like I listened to Hard Candy Christmas by Dolly Parton no less than 50 times in a row when I was having a really bad day back in December.
Yeah.
And so like you listen to when that song hits, right? You listen to it over and over and
It's
over.
true.
So
Very true.
not only were these songs probably downloaded, they probably were played like for an hour straight prior to the murder. Like just terrible.
Yeah, I mean it's
Just
I mean not,
I'm not-
I do
want me to
not think
laugh.
I don't think music is the reason why people do things, but I do feel like people pick songs to sort of like get them pumped up. I don't know.
Like I was like, how do you say that? But I was just gonna say like exercise music, like you put on
Right.
a playlist. So yes, no, this song isn't what made them commit the crime. They were doing the crime anyway, and they needed a pump up crime
Yes.
song.
Correct. Exactly. They for some reason needed a song to motivate them to go through with their evil plan.
Yes.
But yes, the song didn't make them do it. The decision was made a long time ago.
Absolutely. It was probably over something really stupid. And
Maybe.
it made me think, like, what would be the song that a woman would listen to
Yeah, what would be the equivalent of the
to
song
this? And I
for
don't
a
know.
woman?
I couldn't anchor in on one.
Hmm.
It
That's a
maybe
good
it would be
question.
something about freedom, though. Like freedom.
It might be.
Not like so much about the killing and the act of it. Like
Right.
it's what song are you going to get from the act after?
Right,
so,
right.
So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Again, not that we're advocating that, but
No,
hey,
absolutely
we're talking
not.
about song facts here.
Correct. Yeah, we're talking about the song, the inspiration of the song, and you know what? And quite frankly, these are things you can look them up, and this is,
Yes.
you know, it is documented
Soundtrack.com.
that it was found as evidence in two murder
Two. Like
that the
not just
song was.
one, but two.
I mean, it's something to look at when you go, okay, you know, when you're doing your investigation of the murderer, right? Your investigation, and they look at everything. It could come up as a little suspicious. That's like, you know, let's look at their Google history. How to kill and bury a body. I mean, that's, you know.
I mean, if the
or
song
whatever your
title,
Google searches.
Yeah, even if you just were listening to a song prior to murdering your wife or significant other that said you still love her is bad enough. But then when you actually listen to the whole lyrics of the song, it's rather damning.
Well, when you put the evidence all together, it starts to paint a whole picture. Yeah,
absolutely.
You've listened to enough true crime podcasts where
yes,
you know
have.
you
This
put
is
the puzzle
the
pieces
nail
together.
that really closed the coffin.
Yeah. Not only do we have the murder weapon and a full confession, but we also saw you listened to I used to love her, but I had to kill her about 100 times before actually committing said heinous act of murder.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just so like
I know.
Yeah. It's pitiful that somebody would do that.
It really is. I mean, it truly is. But and this song, I'm telling you, if you've never heard this song before, I just want to say it will not drive you to kill somebody. You will actually, you know, it was a song that was written as a joke, and it's supposed to be very tongue in cheek and very, you know.
I'd almost call it a toe tapper, even though it's not quite.
It's a ditty.
It's a ditty. A Guns N' Roses ditty. So, listen, I almost feel guilty rating it this. But I'm also not going to feel guilty because I just think the whole humor into everything and just all the levels of what I found out.
It is
just so magically wonderful and entertaining and captivating that this is a 5-record breakup song.
Oh yeah, it is in 5 records all day long. And actually, too, if you listen to this in Dead Flowers back and back, it's pretty much the same song except
is
different
it really?
lyrics. Yeah, Rolling Stones' Dead Flowers. It's like same chords, but it's very very similar. So
I love it. I love it. I'm so glad we did this episode so you could send me this song because I don't know if you would have sent me this other than this episode.
Probably not. So
I would have went into oblivion, not have hearing Used to Love Her.
Now you'll never unhear it.
No, it's so great. It's on my playlist. It is on a playlist.
It's a fun song. And when you're singing it and you're like, yeah, but it's like, it's a song that comes on in a bar. It's actually, I hear people still all the times karaoke. It's a big karaoke song for sure. Like everybody sings it. It's just, you know, you guys got to have fun with it. It was written in fun. It's a joke. That's what it is.
It's fantastic. So if you haven't heard it yet, go and listen to it on our Song Swap Showdown 2023 playlist. It is going to be on there, and all of these songs will, and all of the songs that we've covered in 23 so far. So head on over to Spotify and listen to that whenever you are bored or needing a pick-me-up.
That is right. That is correct. All right. So your final song.
We're getting there, friends. We're getting there.
Oh, we're doing this forever.
I feel like we could go on and on about this one.
All right, so your final song to me, which by the way, I will say I had your list first, and I was trying to think of songs, and I hadn't heard this song, but I thought it was kind of funny how both the ends of our lists kind of ended with like these acoustic like ditties.
Yes,
honestly,
yes.
And you gave me Johnny Cash's "I'm Leaving Now," which another song I'd never heard before, but I was like, wow, the parallels between this song and I Used to Love Her, and just the way it was like both like kind of like these ditties by these artists, and I thought that was kind of cool. So if you're listening to our playlists and the way we structure the songs, because the songs are in order, as Amanda said, on our Spotify playlist every week, we put the latest songs that we talked about at the top of the playlist. So if you listen to the first 6 songs, you'll hear what we talked about, and you'll hear sort of how I'm Leaving Now and I Used to Love Her but I Had to Kill Her are sort of like in the same universe of things.
They live on the same block.
Yeah, exactly. So this song was actually released in 1985. Now, the version I had heard, or the version I had been listening to, which I think is the version that was with Merle Haggard, is that okay? Is that because when I found it on Spotify, it said Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard. But
so there's a re-released version that came out, I think, in 2005 or something like that. So and that's probably the one. But I mean, it's one and the same.
Yeah. So this is the version that I was listening to.
Hold on, honey, I'd like to say I'm busting out and breaking away. I'm letting you go like a hot horseshoe. I can't take another heartache from you.
By the way, I just want to say I love that those lines right there. I love that it started off like this. It's right away. I'm not even sugarcoat. I'm going right in. Hold on, honey. I'd like to say I'm busting out and breaking away. I'm letting you go like a hot horseshoe. I can't take another heartache from you. I love those opening lines.
Goodbye.
I'm letting you go like a hot horseshoe. I got to use that at some point in life. I feel like I need to be able to say that out loud to somebody.
You're going to be waiting for that moment, and you're going to send it to me like as soon as I was able to say it today.
Yeah, I don't know when or where it's going to happen, but I need to say, I'm letting you go like a hot horseshoe.
Boom. Mic drop.
Love it. That's such a great,
That's authority right there. Like
that really is. But I really like this song. I mean, I love this. It's like, I'm gonna be gone in mine. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now. Get out of my face. Get out of my place. I'm leaving now. Adios. I'm leaving now. At the time it comes when you trim the fat, feed the kitchen scraps to the front seat cat. It's just like the lyrics of this song are amazing. I absolutely love it. So I really dug the song. I'm really happy you sent me this song because I'd never heard it before. And listen, Johnny Cash is just, we talk about all the time. Every time you bring Johnny Cash like songs on the show, it's always like, God, he's such an American treasure and like just wrote such great songs and really has just an amazing way of writing lyrics that just, he gets to the point. And I love that. But he also has a way of like getting to the point in like that Johnny Cash kind of way. Like just like poetry without being like heavy handed in this. I don't know. It's just
storyteller.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He just says what he wants to say, but he has a way of crafting it too. So it is good. But I like this song. I think it's really cool. And I feel like that, when you listen to this and you listen to I Used to Love Her on our playlist, that it's like they very much complement each other really well. Now, where would you, on a breakup, where do you put this in the level of break, in the sense of like, where does it go? Is it the depression part? Is it the angry part? It was the moving on? Or is this more of the dumpy? I'm dumping you. Is it more on that side of the fence? Where do you put this?
I totally see this being Marcus.
Marcus dumping you?
Not for reals, but like
he goes,
based
I'll bust
on
it out like a hot horseshoe.
This is so
Oh no, I'm letting you go like a hot horseshoe.
and I'd be like, but I mean, I could almost envision the scene. And me going, no, go to bed. We'll try again in the morning. Like, and he would have been like, I tried so hard. Like, I really meant my message, Amanda. Go to bed and we'll try again in the morning. Like, my mind is not right, you guys. My mind is not right.
Oh my gosh.
This is a complete hypothetical. This is where I put it, in the hypothetical spot in my brain. Right. It is so funny. And I'm like, no, but because I think Marcus would be just like, I'm done with your nonsense. Amanda. I feel like he's done with this person's nonsense.
Right. So this is more on like the I'm
Yes.
breaking up with you,
Yes.
obviously, and this
Yeah.
is more to the dumpy, and just being like I've made my decision and I'm out. Because a
Good.
lot of the songs we've talked about to this point have been more or less on the other side of the
Yeah.
fence, right?
Yeah.
Where you've been dumped, and so this is how you're feeling. Although I used to love Everybody Heady Killer, obviously is on the dumpy, like
Yeah, they
I
both
dumped
kind of.
you,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So I'd say that both of these are on that side. Um, but I like this song, man. I think this is cool. I love these lyrics. Leaving you
They're
like a hot horseshoe.
and the way
Love
he
it.
delivers them is
I'm
like
letting you go like a hot horseshoe.
there's it's just like he's come to peace with it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean,
The delivery is so fantastic. Like I'm done. I'm
yeah,
done.
like even at the end of the song, you get this whole like, get out of my face.
Get out of my
Face, get out of my space, leaving now.
Adios, I'm leaving now.
Like, you get to
Leaving now.
And then
I
you'd
just-
have me, but I'll see you in the morning, honey.
I'll see you in the morning. After he goes, I'm leaving now. I'm out. Adios. Goodbye. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning, honey. Now, imagine if someone remade that song
Mm.
and that was a cover that someone did and it was a duet
Hmm.
and that was how it ended. How classic would that be?
That would be good. That
Like,
would be classic.
That's real life right there.
That is real life. You're right. You're right.
I think that would be really cute.
Yeah, it would be.
Did
It
we
would be
just-
fun to hear that.
Did we just come up with something? I think we
I
just
think we
came
just
up with
came. I
something.
think we just came up with something. Yeah. I think we just came up with something for everybody else to hear.
Yeah. So someone do it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to karaoke this song together.
Oh my! One day.
One day. So all right. So where does my rating stand on this?
Yeah,
I really did like this song. I thought it was fun to listen to. It is a good. I feel like a good breakup ditty for sure. I'm gonna give this one 4 records. I think that
like
it
it.
just this I really did enjoy it. I thought it was fun to listen to. I love these lyrics. And I could definitely see this. I'm like, man, I wish I had heard this before. Because I think it would enter the pantheon of songs that are in my repertoire or playlists for sure. And my playlist repertoire, I should say. So good
I
song,
love it.
really good song. 4 records from me. Definitely on the breakup playlist.
I feel like this episode, while long, gave us a very good amount of therapy.
1,000%.
I feel amazing.
Yeah. No, we had to talk some things out here. This was good. This was good. We talked it out a little bit. We worked out some of our thoughts and feelings. We shared. We were very open.
We hope our listeners were entertained and also worked through a few things.
We hope so too. We hope that these songs will help you because you may be going through something difficult yourself right now, and so hopefully these songs will either help you cry it out or help you empower or I don't know, help you just get through whatever difficult time you're possibly potentially going through in your life. So
and look how much we laughed during this episode. So laughter can be found in the pain, everyone. You just gotta look for it.
Yeah, 100%. So we're hoping that this episode in particular brought you guys some healing power for an hour and 12 minutes.
Oh, what a show.
What a show. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. We truly do appreciate it. Like, for reals, we appreciate it. If you're checking out the live feed of the show, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Mark, Dave, Mattingly, thanks for checking in on the comments. For anybody else that was on the live stream and didn't comment, that's totally fine. We welcome you. We hope you had fun hanging out with us live. If you're listening to this wherever you get podcasts, thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with us. And thank you for watching the replay of this as well. Wherever you're watching this, specifically on YouTube is where we always have full episodes of these shows. We really appreciate your support. So wherever you're watching or listening to the show, we ask you to please hit that follow button, or on YouTube specifically, there's that little subscribe button, and then there's a little bell you can click so that way you get notified every single time we drop a video version of the show, but also audio versions as well. It really does help the community grow. And on top of that, if there is a favorite podcaster, a favorite content creator, a favorite YouTuber that you follow that you really like, hitting that subscribe and follow button really makes a big difference in their lives as well. So please show your support to all the content creators that you support by hitting that follow or subscribe button wherever you are consuming their content, because it really does go a very, very long way. If you like to support our show and you love what we do here, well, you may want to consider possibly supporting us from a monetary standpoint. I'm just saying, no pressure. The show is free. We love giving it out to everybody. But if you love what we do and you want to show us some support, because we do have some bills to pay, you can head over to our Buy Me a Coffee. Feel free to give us a tip. Honestly, you can support the show for as little as $2 a month. We also, on our campsite.bio, which is another cool feature of campsite.bio, there's a tip jar there. Yeah. So if you feel like we've entertained you, if we've impressed you enough, if you feel like we've earned it, beyond the follow and subscribe button, we're not opposed to, accepting tips from people. So we do appreciate every cent, and we're very happy that you're here with us each and every week. Amanda Sharp, is there anything else? Did I leave anything out?
You did not, but what a show. What a great time.
What a great show. Great community. Thank you all for your support. Please feel free to join us in our Facebook group. Once again, Song Swap Showdown backstage group, completely free to join. Just use the link in the show notes below and join it. I know, like I said, we're always having conversations in there. We're posting music stuff. We're asking for, feedback about the show. And, as you saw, this show was a direct result of us asking, hey, what kind of show should we do next? What theme should we do? And Mark Ronick suggested the 80s breakup songs. And man, I love that idea, and we did it. So listen, we do ask that. Jump in there, let your voice be heard, because your idea could be next. So please do that.
We'd love it.
We would love it. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you. And we will see you next Monday. Yes, next Monday for another live version of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. And of course, make sure you check out the show anywhere you get podcasts. You can listen to us. You can listen to all the past episodes of the show. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you all so much. To get notified every single time we drop a new episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown, just hit that follow button wherever you get your podcasts. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, please use the email address in our show notes and we'll get right back to you. And last but not least, please feel free to follow us over on our social accounts on Instagram and TikTok at Song Swap Showdown, or join our ever-growing community in our Facebook group by using the link in our show notes. Thanks for listening.